cheat.
Oh my gosh.
I like this game. I think it's all hentai.
I think it's all hentai.
It's all hentai. It's the best hentai.
You know what? Considering Gurren Lagann was on the temps of being hentai. Seriously.
It was close.
It was so good. I'm actually rewatching it. Alright. So, let's start this actual meeting. We're recording now, so...
Alright guys, my name is Miguel.
I've been a crack addict for 10 years.
I thought we were introducing ourselves one by one.
No. Come on, you know better. Alright, so... Alright, so... As we discussed yesterday, we have a little bit of issue that we need to address today, and that is what our meeting is going to be about. So we left in the combat sequence as characters are going to have a emblem system on their dice or on their piece, like drawing a little small radius. Miguel, I really wish you could see, because you know what? Here, I'm going to do this. I am going to send you a photo. JPEG. Boom. Alright. Look at that piece. This is what we're talking about. Is in the character pieces setting, is having a line drawn or something to represent, whether it's a soldier, whether it's an archer, whether it's assassin, whatever. I don't, whatever we want to do. Right?
Did you make this?
I made this, yes.
Alright, this is great. This is actually what I was planning on doing.
So, well, hang on. So... I like the character card idea. I really do. I don't want the cards to be come into effect as a form of combat. I want it to be a form of information. That was what I was thinking, and that's why I drew that. Right? So players understood, okay, if a player attacks somebody from behind, right, they're gonna automatically get a +1 to their roll. Right? If they attack somebody from the side, they're going to get an automatic +1 from the roll. They attack somebody from the front, they're not going to get anything added to the roll. If being hit from behind, right? If a player gets hit from behind, their roll is subtracted by 1. Or, that was just something that I just came up with at the last second. Peter came up with a little quick cheat sheet like we asked him to, and that's in the game document. It's under Peter's work on the, Peter's work on the, whatever he called it, work on the Warlord's Army, right? There it is. That was something that I asked him to draw up, and I was like, you know what? If we're not going to do this, I don't want to go into too much time, and I don't want to waste your time, so let's do it that way. Just get us something kind of quick. I added some other stuff to this card, like +1 to defense, so... I want to really clarify that defense roll is if someone is attacking you, you're now doing a defense roll, right? We need to clarify that in our rules. We need to clarify that in our flowchart. We need to clarify that in everything, so there's no confusion. So if there's 2 pieces on a board and they're 2 soldiers on that same occupying area and someone's attacking, right? Your soldier's already gonna get a +1. Because he's got support, right? And if there's like a lieutenant or a higher end soldier or whatever, they're gonna get a +2. That was something that I kind of came up with on the fly real quick that I wanted to add. We were also discussing card-based defense and attack capabilities. So if someone, let's say, attacked A, or you know what? Let's do this. Give me 2 seconds. What I'm going to do is I'm going to turn on my light so you can see.
Dang, Yoko's still looking better than ever.
Shut up. Alright. Let me get...
That was Death Note.
What?
Was your journal a Death Note thing?
Maybe. Okay, boom. Here's 2 pieces.
Square 1. Rectangle 2. Square 3. Soldier. Soldier. Nope. Maybe.
Yes, 2 soldiers.
Okay. 4 square.
Okay. So let's say someone's doing this, right? Obviously, dumb idiot if he's doing this. Let's say he's doing that, alright? Now, what I wanted to discuss was how we were going to do this. If, let's say, this person's like, hey, I'm attacking this guy right here, right? They have to pronounce who they are attacking so then they understand what type of combat they're going to go into, right?
Sorry, sorry I'm a bit late, guys.
No, you're good. We're kind of going over something, and it's in reference to...
What's with the card?
Well, I'll go over that in a second. Hang on.
Okay.
So, all right. Totally lost... Fuck, I lost track. Okay.
Yeah, attack that guy. Pronounce the person has to pronounce who's he attacking.
Yeah, he was attacking... so, he's attacking this guy, right? Now, we were stating that, okay, this guy is going to get a plus because he was attacking this character from the side. We could say, hey, instead of giving this a defense roll, we could say, hey, we're going to give them a defense card so they can decide to choose a defense card or an attack card. So our treasure cards, we can actually make special unique cards instead of actually doing attack and defending cards. So like plus your roll or plus your defense. You see what I'm saying? So what we could do is we could do actual armor pieces. So this is a really bad battle axe, but I don't really care. You can all suck it. It's a quick drawing. Okay, so this is where I want to clarify. If this is what we want to do, then we need to say this. So Green says he's attacking this character, right? He's attacking from the side, so he's already going to get a +1 right away, right?
Yeah.
Green getting a +1 because he's attacking from the side. Or, you know, let's say he's a soldier, so he's attacking from the side, right? So he goes, I'm going to lay down my battle axe card, which gives me a +2 in my attack. So right there, he's already at a +3, right? Then if he's using a warlord capability, he's going to add whatever. So let's say plus warlord if he needs it, right? Defender's going to go, hey, guess what? Your attack for you're now attacking me from the side. What? Let's say if he was like a magi or something, you know, like, or a shadow. Let's say he was a shadow, which is, I don't know, circle on top, right? His +1 is then nullified to his attack. So all he would have would be his +2 that he used on his attack card. And then this guy drops in and says, hey, you know what? Since you're attacking me, I'm going to do myself a favor and do a roll again dice to save myself.
Okay.
So is this something that we both want? We want to use this plus then doing the character setup and doing everything like that. That's what we need to discuss. That's what we need to say. We're making the official. This is how we're adding it, and we're done with it. I don't want to continue going back and forth. I don't want to spend all night arguing about it. So we need to make a decision of what we're gonna keep and what we're gonna get rid of.
Okay. So did you look over what I did?
I did. So
What did you think?
so okay, the card is what is a representation of what you did.
Oh, okay, cool.
But it's a quick representation. I did this in like 30 fucking minutes, I think, or 40 minutes.
Yeah, I figured the soldiers Princess Bloodyface is the only person that doesn't have 3 unique kinds of soldiers because I figured she wouldn't have assassins. She would have more I'm going to be in your face and beat you up type of guys. That's why hers get a little extra beef since she doesn't have anybody sneaky. But
see, this is the problem that I don't want to do. I don't want to have individual, you know, like I liked your idea with lieutenants. I liked the idea with having a standard. I wanted a standard as in saying soldier, archer, assassin, lieutenant, and then your warlord, right? Reason why, and then we can variable the number going to whoever. So Princess Bloody Face will have 15 soldiers instead of having 10 soldiers and 3 fucking assassins and, you know, whatever. She'll just have, like, pretty much straight soldiers and then, like, a couple lieutenants. You see what I'm saying? I don't want to have to do this where we're making not only multiple cards, but now we're also making more difficulty to the flowchart. If we can have a basis of saying, hey, each soldier is going to have a +1 attack from behind, a +1 attack from the side, and a 0 attack from the front. That's what we need to do. We need to have a basis. I mean, I don't want to do each warlord has different classes with different. I mean, we can add different pictures for each kind. I don't care. But
the whole thing was that they basically, all the warlords typically have the exact same thing. I basically gave them soldiers, lieutenants, and then they're basically their assassin, which are the ones that get while in cover. And so she was the only one I didn't give assassins to because I figured that would not fit her play style.
Yeah.
But all the others are pretty much the same. It's just I did a variation of the numbers. So I figured this person will more than likely have more assassins than they would lieutenants and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I didn't think that would be too much of a big deal, but I figured we'd discuss it afterwards. But I was giving you basically my thoughts on it with that, and then I went ahead and uploaded it to the docs. And yeah, once again, I'm sorry. I didn't expect to be out and about.
No, you're good. You're good.
And I didn't expect my phone to start dying on me.
You're fine.
Yeah, every time I tried to answer you, my phone hung up.
You're good. I'm not worried about it, man. We just started recording. We waited for a while till Miguel got in, and so it took a minute to get started. So, okay. So with that stating, do we like this defense? Do we like these type of layout cards? Right? These are going to go in the game design document if we do these. Right? We're going to have their attacks, their weaknesses, or, you know, being hit from behind, right? So if someone hits you from behind, your roll is now already subtracted by 1.
Okay.
So now we have to come up with... Oh, shit, that is going to suck for me. We might have to come up with flowcharts for each fucking individual character. Like each soldier. Which won't take me long. I can do it quick. I can do them quick.
Okay.
But the problem is that we have to have... We're going to have... Because of the variable changes. Like their attack changes and their defense changes. And you see what I'm saying? So each one is going to have a set type of flowchart to go with them. We needed to discuss that at that point, and that's why I said I want to get stats going and get them out there, so then we can go, okay, we know how this is going to be added to every roll.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
Peter?
Yes.
Miguel?
I believe he's in the chat.
He is.
Yes, I heard.
Cool. Will? Yes. Okay, cool. So, now that we've discussed this is our plan. Does anybody want to change anything now that we've kind of brought this up to attention?
Can I add 4 stars?
Huh?
Nothing.
He wanted porn stars.
That's always
That's not what I
doable.
said.
You said, can you have 4 stars?
Yes. Is it possible to...
I heard porn.
Is it possible, let's say, to be able to... Are we still going to go with the idea? I don't know if this was a solid one. But you said earlier about being able to upgrade units, and we could use, like, stars as a representation. Like a 1-star warrior, 1-star archer,
Yeah.
and be able to, like, bring it up to, like, 4 stars, blah, blah, blah.
We can, but I think now it would just add way too much. Unless I'm wrong and you guys want to do that. If you guys want to do that, we'll make shit happen.
I think it would add a little bit too much because, I mean, you would have to change already 8 other flowcharts and then add more to those flowcharts.
Yep.
And I have to also...
You gotta change some of the mechanics.
Yeah, I gotta change mechanics, and I gotta go back and erase the mechanics and come back and redo those mechanics again.
Yep. And then plus we also have to design these.
Yeah.
These characters and all that.
Thing is though, like just to include this thing is though, would it be too much or is it not enough? Because remember last time we thought doing a little bit extra was too much, and then we ended up getting a failing grade. So I'm not trying to repeat the same thing by saying it's too much. I'm not saying we just leave it on 1 or 2 person. Shit, I don't mind helping at all.
Yeah.
Especially with the flowcharts. I mean, I'm not great with them, but I actually don't mind helping at all.
We could put it on the back.
It boils down to, is it really too much, or are people lazy about it?
No.
Just to be blunt.
No. Okay, so hang on a second, because are people lazy about it? Dude, everybody's been here busting their ass, so I mean, you can't really say people have been lazy about it. I think we took out, the only reason why we took out terrain last week was because, and this was something that I said, okay, hey, maybe this is becoming too much, right? Last week in the terrain feature was because at some point it wasn't being implemented, and so we were kind of almost leaving it behind. So now we're going back to, hey, we're going to add cover to the map. So we're going to have places that are covered where soldiers can move around that are going to still have cover. You know? So people are going to be able to flow. People are going to be able to move. But then you're going to have soldiers that are going to have to nullify it, and then you're going to have soldiers that get a plus on it, you know, or people that are going to have a negative to it or anything like that. So do I think having upgrading characters, is it too much? No. Does it add more? Hells yes. Because now you're going to have to say, how are we going to upgrade them? And one of the options I said last night was doing a task of, instead of also plundering and treasure hunting, they also have to go technically hunt. And that hunt feature would give them objects or items so then they can upgrade their certain soldiers or their archers or whatever. Now, if that's something that we want to do, we can do that.
Let's instead of putting it on a list that we can do, we can just put it to the side for now. I mean, I do agree. It does add on more feature-wise, but it does also add on more work. I'm just saying, like, I don't want to go into this next assignment and then do all the work again, and we do everything that we're supposed to, and get a failing grade.
Okay, so we at this point, that was what we mentioned yesterday in also the class, is last week was purposely set up that way. It was literally purposely set up that way. If you look at the way that the documents are set up now, plus the fact that we have to resubmit this again, you know, yeah, we're going to gain those points back. So you don't look at it as an F. Look at it as a floating grade right now. Because it's not set. That grade from last week is not set.
F stands for floating.
And I'd like to go ahead and say this. I had another teacher who pretty much did the exact same thing, where it was basically you submit your first beginning part of the assignment, and he failed everybody. And then when we turned in the assignment with the updated information from the new instructions, he then went back and changed the previous grade. So,
and he stated he is doing that.
And if you read what he posts, he basically said, "This is what I'm doing. Everybody gets a failing grade the first time they do this."
And it's because it's to teach us that we think we know what a game design document. This was to teach us you don't know what a fucking game design document is.
Pretty much.
So and that's okay. You know, we made a game design document following what he wanted, and we thought we gave him everything. But there was things like, you know, images of the map, images of the characters, images of this, you know, all the details. We didn't give him all the details. And if you're looking at his layout or edits, right? That's why I had Corey go back through and have Malave go back through and say, hey, take the edits that he said and let's highlight them on our document so we can go, hey, we can address this. Now, how do we fix this? This is one of them. Combat is one of them. We'll get hit up even harder this week if we don't adjust combat. Not having the board layout on last week's document. It wasn't mentioned in the instructions. It was never mentioned in any shape or form in the article to put that in there. We are going to have to put it in there anyway for production or prototyping.
I also think that picture was also worth a large amount of points. Because
it was like 15 points right away.
Yeah, so
Combat was 10 right away. That's 25 points. That's already a C.
Yeah.
You know, does it excuse us? Hell no. But do we know, now we know what to adjust. We need to give more information. We need to have more images. We need, and in all honesty, what I was planning on doing was when you come out, is we're going to do step-by-step combats and then upload the pictures and then show arrows of, you know, movement and combat and things like that. So like under the movement section, have a square or a hexagon with a soldier and saying go forward, angled, right, back, you know, just simple fucking diagrams that we can adjust and make. And I was like, that'll be good if, you know, you and me are here working, collaborating together. We can do simple things like that.
Yeah.
And I think having that actually even improves what we're talking about in a game design document, because it's also explaining how we are doing what we are talking about. By images are 1,000 words. Images are always 1,000 words. We have enough images, we'll be okay.
We can also just, because I'm pretty sure he wants pictures of how it's going to look.
Yep.
Prototype, and we can add those. We can just take pictures of what we're doing and add them to the doc as examples for each mechanic that we say have.
Yep.
Or whatever pictures he requests.
And that's what I'm saying is we're gonna do that. We're gonna do that. And that's why I want to get all the character, like I want a set of characters like this. So warlords are gonna obviously have their own attack and front side crap. Warlords are gonna have that. At that point, we need to have what? An assassin, an archer, a soldier, and then lieutenant wise. Right? We need to have the stats for those done so then we can start implementing them into cards.
Okay.
I really want to give that to you, Miguel. I mean, you've been.
What do you want to give?
If you're up for it, man, I really want you to jump on doing the stats, kind of like what Peter did earlier. I want you to kind of refine it.
All right, I can do that. Do you guys have all the information that you want me to subclass? Let's say you said warrior, archer, lieutenant, stuff like that. You want me to actually follow that?
Yes. Or whatever you come up with. If you want to call him a maniac for a soldier, I don't care. Just we need to know. And decision needs to be made on that. Peter did a good job, but he broke. Peter, I'm not bashing you. I'm saying you really broke it up into tribes, going saying, oh, this tribe has this, or this warlord has this. I like that. I think it's a good option to have what you put. You had Shenkai, right? Had 10 soldiers right away. Keep that. Tranus had 11. Sinclair had 10. Cry had 10.
Like their hierarchy of names, but they're still the same thing. I just wanted to give them additional names.
Yeah.
That I thought would kind of fit what they are, but they're still going to be basically their soldiers, their assassins, and then their lieutenants. Basically. Yeah.
We just need to come up with the actual naming convention that we're going to use and say, okay, here's the cards, here's the statuses of them. So you and Miguel can kind of work on that. That would be great. Or Miguel and Corey. Miguel and Corey can work on that. That would help Corey understand a little bit more with the stat system. And then that would also give us a little bit more background here, so then we have a little bit more description. I want everything on the card. everything that's going to go on the card, I want it. I want it done and written out somewhere so then we can get it. So me and Will can start putting them laid out.
All right. Well, if you want, I can basically just be there in case anybody needs my help with anything.
Okay.
And then I'll just be basically the fallback.
Yeah, no, I want you doing that too, man. I mean, you're the one that started it, but I really want to get Miguel in it. Miguel was really enthusiastic about it. I think Corey could give us a better description of how, or a better way to word it for each one of those. So, I'm saying attack from behind. Does that mean he's attacking from behind? Does that mean someone's attacking him from behind? You know.
I basically just did it as a basic starting point.
No, yeah.
Never, this is what's going to happen. I know I need a lot more. I just wanted to have something for you guys to look at.
Yep.
See if that's what you wanted to go with.
And then, since I really wanted you to work with Malave again, since you two are flipping. You guys are like nuclear together. You guys work together great. I really want you guys to really fix the mechanics and really go in depth with the mechanics and really draw out those details that we need to make it actual work. And then all these images of everything that we do will go into that document.
Okay, so if Peter can send me what he has,
it's in the drive.
It's actually in the drive with my name on it.
I'm not on
You should be able to easily see it.
What was that?
Just send me that in a private message so I can look it over as soon as I get home.
Okay.
And then you said you want me to work with Corey, correct?
Yeah, I'm gonna let Corey. You know what? Hang on. I'm gonna let Corey know.
Corey's down. Hello.
No, he's not on right now.
Okay, so I'll just message him. I should have him on Skype. I'll message him, tell him just ask him what's his availability wise for tomorrow.
He is not working tomorrow. He is not working tomorrow.
He's not okay. Yeah,
no.
we can get to it tomorrow. Because I have tomorrow off. I don't work.
Okay.
And I did take some PTO for Saturday too. So.
Okay. What's up, Malave?
My question is, are we getting rid of the D8 for combat?
No.
Okay, that's staying in there.
Stays in.
Okay.
We're keeping. So, is everybody understanding that what we're doing is we're gonna keep the dice roll, but we're gonna mitigate it to make it not so much random.
Yeah.
With a line of sight, with an attack, and now what we're going to do is we're going to change the combat cards. Instead of using a treasure card for attack and defense, we're going to actually have attack and defense cards.
Okay.
You know what, Peter?
Yeah.
Can you do that? Attack and defense cards?
Create attack and defense cards? Yeah, I
Yes.
can work on that. Do you want me to create artwork for him too, or just create the stats for him?
Just create the stats.
Create the stats. All right, I got it.
I mean, if you have an idea for artwork, you know what saves me time? If you have images that you guys want on specific cards or treasures, send it to me or Will. So then at the same time, I can, or you know what? Do this.
Okay.
I'm going to do this. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to make a drive, or it's in the drive. I'm going to make a folder that's called images.
Okay.
Any images that you guys want, and just put in there. Be like, hey, image, and then write a note. I'm going to say new file, Google Docs. Shit, come on. Image name. Where you want it. Okay, so what I want is, whatever the image name is, rename the image so it's not long, please, if you download it, and then rename it so it makes sense, right? And you go, hey, this might be a good idea for this type of card. This might be a good idea for this type of card. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay. And then what we'll do is we'll change the combat sequence or the flowchart where people are actually using an attack and defense card instead of using the treasure cards. And the treasure cards will become more replenishing soldiers, stopping movement on a turn. So, drop a card saying, hey, you slow down pick an enemy.
Slow down.
Yeah. Well, yeah, pick an enemy and make them slow down this turn. So, stops cuts their movement in half. Yeah, something like that. Well, we need to come up with a list of those, and we need 25 of those. That sucks. So, we'll go in the document, because in the document we have a list started, but we need to now change them to get rid of attack combat and defense combat, and we need to adjust those.
I put 15 each for attack and defense in case we were going to change it.
Yeah, that's fine. Just give it. Right now we'll come up and then just start writing a list that you guys want to see in attack and defense.
Here's a quick question: how many attack and defense cards am I making?
Well, I put 15 for each.
He put 15 for each.
15 for each warlord, or 15
total? For right now, he said total.
So 15 total. Okay.
15 each total, which is 30. One of them is definitely going to be a full body pillow.
Wait. Okay, wait. I heard 30.
There's 30 attack cards and 30 defense cards.
Oh, so
30 total, 15 attack, 15 defense.
Okay, 15 defense, 15 attack, 30 total. Okay,
Yep.
Got it.
So 4, 8, 12, 16. Okay, so this is what's going to happen, right? Is the attack and defense cards, right? We're going to start each player off with 4. Does that make sense to everybody?
Yeah.
We start them off with 4. We want them to use attack and defense cards, but we also want them to... Those are going to be used, and they're only going to go for 1 turn. Or 1 fight sequence. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And what we're going to do is we're going to shuffle the attack and defense cards mixed up. We're going to mix them up in there, so then people aren't going heavy on the attack cards.
So they're going to be mixed up into one deck, and we're passing out, you said 4?
4 to each player.
And then are they replenishing them as they play them? Or
Every 2 turns.
Every 2 turns they fill their hand back up to 4?
No, they draw, what was it, they draw 2 or they draw 1?
That was draw 1.
Draw 1, okay.
Are we going to have a stipulation that they can't have more than 4 cards in their hand?
We can have a stipulation saying that they can't have more than 5 in their hand.
More than 5? Okay.
Does that make sense to everybody?
Yes.
Will, Miguel, yeah?
Sounds good.
Yep. Makes sense.
Alright. Is there anything that we need to address now? Because we already know that we have to change all the flowcharts. We're going to have to change game setup. We're going to have to change combat. We're going to have to add each character is going to have its own flowchart. So soldier is going to have its own flowchart. Archer is going to have its own flowchart. We're going to have to do that. You guys are well aware of this, right?
Yes.
Yep.
All right. So with flowcharts, this is what will happen with flowcharts. I will help. I will do them. I have no problem. I have no problem giving them to whoever. So whoever is comfortable doing them, we can do them together, and it can go a lot faster. I am also going to, if I don't have the stats or anything, or if I can't do any of the photos or anything like that, I'll just work on the flowcharts.
Okay.
So then our flowcharts are getting updated as well.
I would like a list of more stuff to add in, so I can put it in at the bottom, the entire thing, so that you know how we did it last time, like line of sight with PvP flanking and stuff like that, so I could add it into the mechanics.
What do you mean?
You know how me and you went all the way down to page 19, all the way at the bottom, write down stuff to do.
Yeah. Well, that should be going in your tasks.
Okay.
If you guys are not updating your tasks, I will try to update them. I'm trying to keep track of everybody's tasks. I really am.
Okay.
I'm trying to So if you guys hear that you guys need to do something or need to edit something or need to add something, add it to your tasks. So then you guys are going, hey, I did this. So then it's like, oh, okay, cool. He did something other than that I wasn't aware of, you know.
Yeah.
So right now, Malave, if you want to do something right now to help Peter out, right now we have to come up with 15 attack and 15 defense cards, and then or we can also work out of the treasure cards. Get rid of the combat cards right there, right? That we have up top. We can add those down to the attack cards, and we can change and modify them and actually give them names or give them a type of what kind of card they are or anything like that. We can do stuff like that. So, but a list of those cards is going to be required. So even although Peter and Miguel are working on stats and everything, we could come up with a list of what they are. So, all right. Does everybody know what they're doing?
Yep.
Yeah, I got it.
All right, Miguel, you sound like you're about to head out. Give me a list what you're doing, man.
Let's see here. You want me to do the characters? I can do that for each warlord. I can help out with flowcharts if you like, so you're not tackling all alone. I will tell you though, I'm not too great on them, but I mean, I don't mind helping out. I know pretty much the fundamentals.
Okay.
But I really don't know at that point. I mean, I'll help out if you want me to.
No, yeah. Like I said, man, if you get stuck on a flowchart, you let me know. You let me know what you need help with, and I will help you with it. You know, if you get stuck, and that's so. If you guys have questions during the day that I can't answer on the Skype, and you need to talk to me, you guys do know my email, right?
Yeah. It should be also in when we first do the meeting up thing, I believe. Unless that's only for SSO.
You guys got my number, right? Because you guys can also contact me a lot better on my cell than Skype.
Yeah.
Here, you know what? I'm gonna tell you guys. Here, I'm gonna write down my email in the chat.
I'll write down.
That's so if you guys can't hit me, if you guys can't reach me, and you need to get a hold of me during the day, that's the best way to do it. That is literally the best way, and the only reason why I state that is I can't have my cell phone in my office, and I can't have it in the building, period, so getting on there when I can and responding back to emails is easier.
Okay.
So, Miguel, what are you doing again? So I'm writing them down in your task right now. Working on stats for characters.
You're good, don't worry.
Flowchart updates.
And yeah, Peter, when you get a chance, just shoot me over the prototype of what you have for those character stats, or whatever you have set up, alright?
Prototype of the character stats? Yeah, I can send it over to you.
Yeah, send those over to me so I can get started on those, and I'll message Corey tonight. I'll try to do it while I'm working. Hopefully I don't get caught on my phone, but...
Sorry, Peter turned himself into a lobster.
Zoidberg.
Yes!
Alright, well, I do have to get back in now.
No, you're good, man. Go. We got you covered. Right. Okay, Malave, what are you doing?
I'm doing mechanics, so I'm guessing I would have to do, like, I would probably need...
Mechanic updates?
Yeah, mechanic updates, and as well as, would I need to also implement like the different like specific card pieces and whatnot?
Specific treasure cards. Peter, what are you doing?
Working on attack and defense cards and helping out if anybody needs it.
And flowcharts?
Do what?
And flowcharts?
Flowcharts? Wait, what flowcharts?
We have to update flowcharts, man.
I can attempt.
I'm kidding.
I'd be more than happy to help, but I'm bad at them.
So this is what I got you as. Working on attack and defense cards. Stats. Not states. Okay, so this is what I got you on. Working on attack and defense cards, stats, flowcharts, laugh out loud. I'm removing that. I got you mechanic updates.
Okay.
So you and Malave are working on mechanic updates. And that's updating the combat, and then actually we need to update the move too, so do not forget about the move, guys.
The move.
Okay.
Because you now have to add the line of sight to the movement.
Okay.
It's not only to attack, it's to the movement.
Alright.
And moving and rotating the character counts as a move. So we need to add that.
Now, are we going to allow them to turn a full 80 degrees as part of a turn, or can they only turn one way?
What do you mean? You saying a 180 flip, or you're saying part way?
Part way or an 80 flip if they want to do an 80 flip.
Like 90 degrees, 180.
I know, that's what I'm thinking.
Like if they want to turn all the way around and face behind them, is that going to be two movements, or would that just be one movement?
What do you guys want that to be?
Because, I mean, that's going to take... Because, I mean...
I think it should be two.
That might be... I don't know. I was thinking that would be too harsh of a penalty for having to spin around.
Think of it this way. If I'm coming up behind you, right, and I'm like 2 spaces away, your next move is to rotate completely around.
Yeah.
You know, I want you to waste your moves to turn around. You know, I think wasting one move to do a whole 180 flip, I think that is garbage. I think what you should be able to do, I think there should be a treasure card that allows you to do a free movement where you're allowed to rotate any up to like 4 pieces or 4 legionnaires to face them in any direction you want without penalty to move in just one turn. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That could be a treasure card. So Malave, there you go. I just gave you a treasure card idea.
Okay. So, when doing the movement, would I put that in player role, or would I have to make another role for movement?
No, player roll.
Okay.
There's a portion in there that's about movement.
Alright. Because I don't see any like bullets.
I did things slightly different than yours.
Okay. I'm probably have to add bullets.
You can add bullets if you would like.
Okay.
Will, what are you doing?
Shoot.
What, you don't want to talk?
I mean, I could talk.
I know you already posted them. I'm in the same document.
I'm doing map designs and card/character designs.
Okay. Now with the map design, you know that you're gonna have to do treasure locations for each zone. We have 5 zones, right? And you need to put in kind of like cover. See what I'm saying?
What was it?
Cover.
Cover places.
Yeah, cover places. So kind of like a barrier in front of locations. It's kind of to support helping nullify attacks.
Okay.
Fucking lobster. Don't get no fucking LO on my side of the bed. Hell no. You stay off of my side of the bed.
All right. So with that in mind, hey, we're moving to the squares, right? Not the hexagons.
Okay. I kind of like the idea of hexagons instead.
I do too.
I like them too.
But the problem is now to rotate a character, to fully rotate all 360 degrees, you now have to move a character 6 times.
Okay. We're rotating by the side.
Yep.
See. Okay, so then if we're gonna do it by that, the squares would be the best choice.
Yep. That's why I said we would need to move to squares.
Okay.
Unless we're gonna use 2 dice for movement, then already posted them. Do you want to split the character workload or update each other as we progress through the designs? So okay, with the workload, we need the stats, right? I like to do a lot of things in Photoshop. We can split it, that's fine. We just need to come up with an image that we're going to do for the front part of the cover, because we have to do not only characters, we have to do treasures, we have to do attack and defense cards, we have to do all sorts of cards. So what we could do is we could say, hey, you're going to take the treasure cards, I'm going to take attack defense, and then we're going to come down to the character cards, and we'll come down to that. That's why I said I want them to, if they find images or if they know of stuff that they want to add to these treasure cards or these attack and defense cards, then it saves us time from going out and trying to find images. So I can always try to draw up the images and scan them in, then email them to you. We can do that too. That takes more time though with rendering and coloring. I can do that in Illustrator. It just takes more time if that's what we want to do. Here's the thing: if we stick with sketching and doing SketchUps for all the pieces, then I would say let's sketch everything. I don't want half of it to be clean, half of it to be images, half of it to be sketches. See what I'm saying? You have to look at it from a professional standpoint. Are we going to do all sketches or are we going to do all images? We may be better off with images. Yeah, images are, there's so much post-apocalyptic images out there that we can find fast. I spent maybe 30 minutes just searching for images and just saying download. I like this, download. Oh, here's a weapon, download it. Oh, here's some armor, download it. Anything that I could possibly use for attack and defense, or anything that I could possibly use for treasure, or anything that I could possibly use for anything. I'll tear up my fucking 2 terabyte drive just to fucking get more stuff on there. I'm sorry I'm cursing. I'm saying I will just have a whole bunch of images to go through myself. I mean, if they're going to also get us images, I would suggest we do images. Sketching more than likely will slow us down. Yeah.
Yeah, I had a few ideas for some of the attack and defense cards, so I'll go ahead and get those images together as I work on them.
Okay.
Because right now I'm thinking of several different attack cards as well as some defense cards and some images.
Just start writing them in there. Just go right underneath it. Bullet point. This is this and then when you've come up with the stats for them, come up with the stats afterwards. Or if you just need the names to go out, do whatever you need to. But let's get a list going, because if you have a list, like for instance, like treasure cards. Hey, Malave.
Yeah.
Treasure card. The Holy Grail. Holy Grail is one of them, and that's to replenish 12 soldiers.
Okay.
Right? I want to keep some of the reinforcement ones. I like the reinforcement ones. I think the reinforcement ones are good and will be used. take out the combat. The combat cards are going to go to the attack and defense, and that also cleans up a little bit of players' role, a little bit, because now they're not having to, are they going to do this? Oh, well, now this goes for the whole turn. No, it's now only going to be for just this combat sequence.
All right, where are you wanting me to put the information for the attack and defense cards in? Or you wanting me to?
It's in the document.
Okay.
It's in the game design.
There are two places.
Where?
Yeah.
One in detail rules and specifics.
Yep.
Right here, and then further down, just a little further down, right there, where it says alliance cards, and then it goes attack cards.
That's for mechanics to show how they work.
Yeah, that's for mechanics. The lower down, where it actually where it says alliance treasure cards, and then how many treasure cards, or how many alliance cards there are, things like that.
Is that where you want me to put them?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Put them down there, and then I can start writing stuff up, and I can start putting stuff in there as cards. Sounds good.
Sounds good.
All right. I know I kind of spearheaded this meeting tonight, guys. I want to make sure that this was getting on task because we're now 2 days behind.
How many treasure cards are we doing?
We're still keeping 25.
Okay,
because we're still keeping the fact that players can win with 15 treasure pieces.
Okay.
We just needed what we need to do is we need to really clarify and have unique treasure pieces. And if that becomes too hard with 15 or 25 becomes too difficult, then what we can do is we can start coming up with a shorter number.
Okay.
Like, if we can only come up with 15, then we say, hey, you can win, you have to collect 10. You see what I'm saying? So it's even harder to get them, but there's less treasure pieces. We'll fix it if we need to, but just come up with as many as you can. If I come up with some, I'll throw some in there.
Alright.
Okay?
Alright.
Sounds good?
Yes.
Any questions?
I'm good.
Okay. Any concerns?
Can we nuke Korea?
Huh?
Can I have a nuclear bomb really quick?
I'll work on that.
How bad do I look?
I don't see. I see everyone as a human.
I don't know. Hang on a second. Hang on. Is this since we're getting off topic? I'm gonna stop recording. Hang on.
I'm gonna put treasure cards underneath.